Michael was let down by cowards. Cowards who've refused to stand up and say, we're sorry, it was our fault. We had to organise ourselves to counteract this, but it took a bit of time because we were in mourning. And not just us, the whole city was in mourning.
She was caged in like an animal, and she shouldn't have been. She lost her life, and she should never have lost her life going to a football match.
"96 people lost their lives that day. The lives of their families were changed forever." Every single day for 27 years, Stephen Kelly has thought about his brother Michael and how he died. Not enough just to grieve, he says. He's had to fight for the truth and to be treated with decency from the very moment he saw his brother lying in the morgue.
He just stood me in front of the curtains, and next thing, the curtains just opened. There was no warning, no nothing. The curtains just went open, and God bless, there's our pub. Michael on the trolley. I think I went to my knees, and I used the frame of the glass to get myself up. I said, that's him. And I said, let me go in and give him a kiss. And he said, no. I said, he's been on his own all night. I want to go in and give him a kiss. He said, no, he's the property of the coroner. And I remember turning to this fellow and I said, he's my mother's son.
And it was a scene repeated almost 100 times in the hours after Hillsborough.
They opened the curtains because Marion was actually behind like a glass screen, and I just knew it was her then. And then this social worker had said to me, you haven't cried yet, Mrs. McAvoy. And I said, I don't have anything to cry about yet. But the minute I saw her, I just fell apart because I knew it was my little girl. Even though she was 21, she was still my little girl.
In the days which followed, all the families had to face press coverage, fuelled by briefings from the police, that the fans themselves were responsible.
It was disgusting, you know, to say that Hillsborough would not have happened if it hadn't been for the drunken, tanked-up mob. You know, you throw enough mud at something and it'll stick. I was so angry, thinking, oh, Mike wasn't a hooligan. Oh, Mike wasn't a drunk.
The first inquest in 1991 returned verdicts of accidental death, outraging the families. It wasn't until more than 20 years later that an independent panel found almost half the victims might have lived had they been treated, and that police had orchestrated a cover-up.
You know Marion, you know her character, and it had all sort of been blackened, and now with the information that's come out through these inquests, you know, what they've told us now, they should have told us then.
I mean, over the years there's been huge criticism of the police, all the authorities involved. I mean, do you share that criticism?
I think it makes me very angry, and it's very hurtful because I was brought up in the era where you trusted people. People in authority were people to be trusted. And I think that trust has definitely gone. I don't trust anybody anymore. It's taken all my values away.
For Stephen Kelly, today's verdicts are an end to the public fight, if not the private grief. Michael, no longer one of the 96, just his brother again.
Mike's this picture on the montage with the hat on. You know, it's almost an iconic image, and I'm losing him. I'm waking up or I think about him, and it's these images of him on that montage, or these images of him in the pens. I dream about that, and it's horrible. I want to remember times when we were kids, you know, fighting in the street and, you know, playing football together. I want the memories are drifting away from me. I want them back.
When you talk about him as your brother, you sound very proud.
Yeah, I am proud of him. He was no one special. He never changed the world or whatever, but he was a decent brother. He was a decent person. He was a good son. Yeah, I am proud of him. Glad he was my brother.
Christine wants different memories of her daughter too, captured in a photo taken just moments before the disaster struck.
You don't find that hard to look at, you said?
No, I don't find it hard to look at because it represents how she should have been that day. That was what Marion loved so much, being a football match, being with her friends. And then she never came back.
Through the 2-year inquest, Steve and Marion have become friends, together again today for the verdict.
It's a bittersweet moment today because there's no victors here today, but we've seen it through for the people we loved and the people we had a debt to.
And you two have formed a friendship, as with many other families and relatives. How important has that been?
Well, again, Christine, funny enough, she used to come up and we'd see her, and we knew she'd come from Ipswich, and we all put our arms around her and made sure she was welcome in the city, and she always has been and she always will be, and we all love her.
Yeah. And I love my northern family too. Yeah. It's great. I've met some really amazing people on this journey. So.
And you talked about reclaiming your brother back from being this public entity in a way.
Mike was a number. He was body number 72. He was one of the 96, but he wasn't. He was my brother, and I've stood by for 27 years to sit here today, and I'm going to take him home with me tonight, back to his mother where he belongs.